Ever looked up at the sky and felt the ground solid beneath your feet? It feels permanent, right? But what if, in an instant, that all changed? What if the very thing that dictates our days and nights, the Earth's spin, just stop? Stop. It sounds like the plot of a disaster movie, but let's dive into the mind-blowing science of what would actually happen. Trust me, it's way crazier than Hollywood could ever imagine. First, let's get one thing straight. The Earth is spinning incredibly fast. Right now, if you're near the equator, you're moving at over 1,600 kilometers per hour. That's faster than the speed of sound. We don't feel it because everything else, the atmosphere, the oceans, the buildings, you and me is moving along with it. It's like being in a car on a smooth highway. You don't feel the speed until someone slams on the brakes. And that's exactly what would happen if the Earth stopped spinning. An abrupt halt would be the most catastrophic event in history. Everything not anchored to bedrock would be flung eastward at that incredible speed. Imagine a global tsunami, not of water, but of everything. Buildings would be ripped from their foundations. Trees would be uprooted, and people would be sent flying. The sheer force would create winds stronger than any hurricane ever recorded, scouring the surface of the planet clean. It would be an instant, global-scale apocalypse. Nothing would survive on the surface. But let's imagine a gentler scenario. One where the Earth gradually slows down over a few years and eventually comes to a complete stop. It's less instant doom and more slow-motion nightmare. The first thing you'd notice is the length of our days and nights. As the rotation slows, a single day-night cycle would stretch out to become a full year. You'd experience 6 months of continuous, scorching daylight, followed by 6 months of unending, freezing darkness. Think about what that means. During the 6-month-long day, the side of the Earth facing the sun would bake. Temperatures would soar well above the boiling point of water. Deserts would expand, forests would ignite, and any remaining surface water would evaporate into the atmosphere. Life, as we know it, would be cooked. Then comes the night. For 6 solid months, that same side of the Earth would be plunged into a deep freeze. Without the sun's warmth, temperatures would plummet to Arctic, or even colder, levels. Any water vapor that evaporated during the day would freeze and fall as a global blizzard, burying the landscape under meters of ice and snow. So, you're either being baked or flash frozen. Not a great choice. But the chaos doesn't stop there. The Earth's spin creates a centrifugal force that causes the planet to bulge at the equator. It's not a perfect sphere. It's slightly wider in the middle. If that spin stops, gravity takes over completely. The equatorial bulge would flatten out. Where does all that water from the bulging oceans go? It would migrate towards the poles. This would trigger the greatest flood in history, but not in the way you think. The oceans would recede from the equator, creating a new, massive supercontinent encircling the planet's waist. You could literally walk from Brazil to Indonesia. Meanwhile, 2 enormous polar oceans would form, submerging vast areas of North America, Europe, and Asia. Cities like London, Tokyo, and New York would be at the bottom of a new, giant ocean. The world map would be completely redrawn, and the atmosphere, it would also migrate towards the poles, just like the water. This would leave the new equatorial megacontinent with air so thin it would be like standing on top of Mount Everest. You wouldn't be able to breathe without an oxygen mask. The habitable zones would be pushed into 2 narrow bands of twilight, a sliver of land between the scorching desert and the frozen wasteland, where the sun is perpetually on the horizon. This Terminator zone would be the only place where temperatures might, just might, be mild enough for liquid water and maybe, just maybe, some form of life. Living in this Terminator zone would be a constant battle. You'd be in a state of permanent sunrise or sunset, with the sun a fiery red orb, low in the sky, but you couldn't stay still. The zone itself would be a region of unimaginable storms. The extreme temperature difference between the hot and cold sides of the planet would generate winds of incredible, unrelenting ferocity. It would be a perpetual hurricane, a roaring wall of wind sweeping across the landscape. And we haven't even talked about the magnetic field. The Earth's rotation, combined with its molten iron core, generates our planet's magnetic field. This field is our cosmic shield, protecting us from harmful solar radiation and cosmic rays. If the rotation stops, the magnetic field would likely weaken or disappear entirely. Without this protection, the sun's radiation would bombard the surface, making it even more hostile to life, and stripping away what's left of our atmosphere. So, a world without rotation is a world of extremes. A single landmass surrounded by two massive oceans, one side perpetually burning, the other perpetually frozen. The only potentially habitable zone would be a thin strip of twilight ravaged by eternal storms, with air too thin to breathe and no protection from cosmic radiation. It's a bleak picture. A world torn apart by the very forces that once gave it stability. It really makes you appreciate the delicate balance of our planet, doesn't it? The simple, silent spin of the Earth is the engine that drives our climate, our geography, and our very existence. It's a cosmic dance that we are all a part of every single day. So next time you watch a sunrise, take a moment to appreciate the incredible journey our planet is on. Thank you so much for watching this cosmic thought experiment with me. If you enjoyed this journey into the wild, what ifs of science, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next adventure. Let me know in the comments what other crazy scenarios you'd like us to explore. Until next time, stay curious.